the First Lady, and Baby Dog.
Hi, Randy.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, sir? Good to see you.
Good to see you. I think, did we get First Lady a chair? Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay.
You can sit down, but not here. Come on, baby.
Well, again, I want to say good afternoon. Welcome to what will be known as a short length, but a long overdue traffic stress reliever for Trace Fork. Today we celebrate yet another stretch of highway project paid for through Governor Justice's Roads to Prosperity program. And with the quick work of our contractor, Triton Construction, we can open the road today just ahead of the holiday shopping season. How about a round of applause for that? Now we're going to cut a ribbon in just a few minutes for a photo, and you'll be able to exit this afternoon following Governor Justice down the new highway. It'll be a right turn when you get to the bottom, and Secretary Riston will tell you more about that in a moment. It's my pleasure to introduce a person who also is extremely excited about the road today because it's in his town. Please welcome South Charleston Mayor Frank Mullins. Your town.
Hey, Frank, how you doing? Good to see you.
Well, thank you all for coming. He mentioned long waiting. I was just telling this story a little bit ago. I can remember being about 200 or 300 yards this way and on a blank sheet of paper. No stores were even here yet. And then Congresswoman Capito brought a check out for, I think it was about $780,000 for engineering for seed money to get this project started. So we've been waiting a little over 20 years, so we're very, very thrilled it's here. I want to thank the governor's office for helping us get this done. The program's named properly, the Roads for Prosperity. That's certainly what this one is for us, that's for sure. So we're very excited for somebody who comes out here and patronizes these businesses several times a week. I couldn't be any happier. I know my wife is. So anyway, thanks again for having me out here. We're very excited. I want to make sure I thank the governor again and Secretary Riston, who's working with us not only for this project, but his department, and some other projects we have going on with our Park Place and all the things. And I think we have a couple other big announcements to make pretty soon, too, that we'll have to be coming over and talk to him about as well pretty soon for all this work to be done. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks for coming out. And again, Governor, we appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, like any organization, there needs to be someone in charge and someone who can steer that organization. The West Virginia Division of Highways is someone who knows how to put their foot on the gas pedal and get things done, make things happen. Yet another stretch of road today. So please welcome Secretary of the West Virginia Department of Transportation. He also serves as the Commissioner of the Division of Highways, and he too is anxious to drive this road in a few minutes. Welcome, Jimmy Riston.
Hi, James. How you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Right.
Wow, this is another good one. How many times have we done this now, Governor? Just project after project after project. When the governor's introduced his vision of the Roads to Prosperity, this is what he was talking about. It just seems like every time I turn around, I hardly have time to do my work to go cut the ribbon on another project that we do. So, but this one is really special. This is the third tier of a master solution for the entire area over here. The first solution, you've seen it out on Quarter G, the R-cut. Once again, I want to tell everybody the engineers were right. It worked. This one will work too. But RHL Boulevard, this is the second tier in the three tiers. Jefferson Road, the last piece, is coming along. We're working on it very hard. We'll finish it up probably late next year. So we're moving right along with it. We have had some challenges and some delays with that project, but nobody said it was going to be easy when we started, and it didn't have to be. So if you work long enough and you work hard enough at something, you have success. And speaking of working long enough and hard enough at something, we want to recognize someone here today. This is special. Our contractor on this project is a West Virginia company, Triton Construction. And they have an employee with them here today that worked on this project. This will be the last project that employee works on because he's been doing it for 50 years. For 50 years. He started out as a laborer for Facilio and Grogan in 1973. He moved on to work for Carl Smith Inc. as a laborer on a pipeline crew. Then he moved over and worked on a project as a grade checker on I-79 near Glendenning for Glasgow Inc. In 1978, he went to Hazard, Kentucky to work as a grade foreman on a 7.25 million cubic yard project, an excavation job as part of a big highway project. In 1981, he went to work for Dennis on 119 near Ruth, West Virginia as a labor foreman. For the next 10 years, he worked on either DOH road jobs or coal mine road buildings, grades, mass excavation at Peabody Coal. 1991, he went to Ahern Construction. It's a special relationship between the Triton boys and Ahern Construction, but he worked for Cable Belt from Harris to Copperston in West Virginia. Most of the 90s, he spent on mine reclamation and road building within coal mines. Moving on, he went back to work for Ahern over at Cranberry Creek in Beckley. A Route 19 widening job through Southridge to 3 lanes. Proctorville, Ohio into Huntington, West Virginia 31st Street Bridge. Cobblestone subdivision grading and infrastructure, Rocky Step Road and Scott Depot. Ridges of Rabel on 119 grading and infrastructure. Upper Big Branch Mine, face up road work, site work. Black Castle Mine, face up road building, site work. Headsville Bridge, Guyandotte River Bridge, Phil McDonald Bridge, one of the largest interstate bridge in the country. Elkins Water Treatment Plant, Huntington Tri-State Airport, and Beckley Widening on I-64, another great Roads to Prosperity project that we just opened this past year. And now your final project, Tim, if you would please come up, the final project here on RHL Boulevard. After 50 years of building roads and infrastructure in West Virginia, well done, Tim. We want to show a little appreciation.
Thank you, Governor.
Really good.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
great.
you.
That's really great. I think back to 1973 at Facilio and Grogan. That's really good stuff. Really good stuff.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You sure we can't stay and have you guys go over and help them Ho-Hi boys out here on the Sutherland?
That might work. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, way to go.
50 years. The Roads to Prosperity program is putting infrastructure in place that'll last for more than the 5 decades that Tim's been working hard for us. So this is truly a good day. It's a great day, Tim. Thank you. Thank you. I think that now's the time. It'll be my great honor to introduce to you the 36th governor of the state of West Virginia. Governor, we appreciate your vision. And there's plenty more ribbon cuttings to go before you get ready to go off to the Senate. So we'll get it done. Thank you, Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Jim Justice.
Thank you, Greg. Well, I really saw the look on your face when I got out myself and everything. And then I saw the look, that Kathy got out. It got a little bit better. Then all of a sudden, Baby Doll got out, and all of you are smiling and cheering and everything. So nevertheless, I know where my place is, and I'm good with that. But let me just say just this. I think about Tim. I think about my family, and I think about Leo Vasilio Sr., and I think about Leo Jr., and that we worked in the same building. And it just seems like it was yesterday. That's all there is to it. But that life of absolutely all the work that Jimmy talked about, that Tim's been involved in, if not leading the way, it's unbelievable. And so from a standpoint of maybe a little kid in the background and everything, but at the same time, knowing just how great your work has been. We really appreciate you forever and ever and ever. Now, let me just say just a couple things real quick. And this is surely from Kathy and I from the bottom of our heart, but at the same time, also from Baby Dog, I guess. But you know, this project's been on the books for 20 years. And everybody's been saying, oh, this year will be the year. Whether it be Mike or Jason or all the different people, this will be the year. And everything that we maybe can connect and we maybe can do this and maybe we can stop this terrible congestion and everything. And then, what did it take? It naturally took somebody with a vision, maybe with me in the Roads to Prosperity, but it took all of us. It took all of us to stand up in a vote that was 73%, right at 73% of the voters said, we want to do it. Now, in all of that, there was a lot of naysayers that said, oh my God, your taxes are going to be raised like crazy. They'll never do this, they'll never do that. And we're here today, aren't we? We absolutely are putting another stake in the sand, and we're going to cut this ribbon, and we've cut a lot of ribbons. And that's really, really good stuff. But I want to just tell you, I want to, you know, I don't ever read, but I want to just go over just a couple of things. On a day, October the 7th, not just a few days before now, but in 2017, the voters of West Virginia voted 73% to do the Roads to Prosperity program. $1.6 billion in bonds. The largest, I think, ever before. Maybe it'd been 400 or 500 or 300 or 400 or whatever million. But they said, we're all in. Now, absolutely, I take this much credit, and that's all I want. At the end of the day, the people of this great state have led us the way and led the way over and over and over and over. In all COVID, what did we do? We stayed together. We didn't separate, we stayed together. And it was dog tough. And it touched every single last one of us in one way or another. We led the nation in certain categories and everything. But at the end of the day, West Virginia could have gotten wiped flat out with COVID. It could have run over top of us like crazy because we're an elderly state and we're the most vulnerable from the standpoint of we have a lot of sicknesses. All the people that are traveling through West Virginia from everywhere, we don't have an ocean to protect us, but we stayed together and we pulled it off and it worked. It really genuinely worked. All of a sudden now we're diversifying. We absolutely will never forget our fossil fuels, and we're diversifying, and it's just better and better and better and better. Tourism is exploding. Our roads are absolutely being built all over the place. There's two real standards of life right off the get-go that you have to do, and that is people want to know where their kids are going to be going to school, and the other thing is people got to be able to get around on the roads. Those standards of life, if you don't do them, you're not going to get to first base. In the very first day, you know, when I walked in and gave my State of the State, I said, we're going to make education our centerpiece. And a lot of people looked at me like, what? And why in the world so much that right now? Because we had to change our image. We had to change our image. We know how great we are, but the world didn't know. And now they do. And now they're coming. So let me just say just this. I've got to just tell you this. Over the past 6 years, the Department of Transportation in this state has completed, now these are unbelievable, 1,200 of the 1,263 projects that we funded with Roads to Prosperity. Now think about that. We've completed 1,200. My God, living, if you're winning, and we're going to get the rest of them. But we have completed, if you've got a winning record, 1,200 wins and 63 losses, and we're going to get all of them. but absolutely it's not too bad. The other thing is, since March of 2019, when we directed all this to happen and everything, and make road maintenance a top priority, the DOT has completed more than $2.97 billion in highway maintenance projects, including, now I want you to listen to this, patching nearly 117,000 miles of roads and more than 46,000 miles of ditching and over 269,000 miles of mowing from our highway people. It's unbelievable. The DOT has paved since that time more than 6,541 miles of paving. Now, let me tell you, we can say, oh, Lord, look what Jim did, or look what Kathy or Baby Dog did, or look what whomever did. But absolutely, is it not unbelievable what our highway department and our transportation department has accomplished? At the end of the day, please give them a gigantic round of applause. They deserve it so much, and they need you to appreciate what they're doing. And the last thing, when you're flying by every orange cone in the world, for God's sakes a living, slow down and watch what you're doing. If they're out there for all of us and they're standing 3 feet away from you going 70 miles an hour, at least slow down and give them the courtesy and the opportunity to go home at night. Bad things happen, and we got to be really careful. So give them a big round of applause, please. Now, if we could get on with cutting this ribbon. You know, a lot of people have said this is the closest way to get to Target. Well, you know, and there's no question that that's really important. We thank Senator Capito for all the unbelievable work that she did, not only in the House, but absolutely as a senator, to really make this become a reality. You know, whether it be Senator Manchin or our Congress people and everything, whether it be all of you, whether it be the legislature, whether it be all of you for pulling the rope together, you've made me really proud. I am so thankful to have been just a small part of what we've been able to accomplish and pull off. And I'm telling you, we're not done. And on top of all that and everything, I would say just this: keep it going. My God, a living. At the end of the day, just remember these very few words. You're worth it. You're worth it. Keep it going. God bless each and every one of you. And you know, we'd sit around here and have all of you come up and say hi to Baby Dog, and we'll probably do it in just a second, but I want to drive on this road. And the other flip side of it is I don't want you sitting in these chairs unless you're going to have a wet butt all the time. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm going to have the mayor.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing? Fastest way to Target. Remember that. 1, 2, 3. There we go.